Hey there, it's Katrina Sawa here, the Jumpstart Your Biz Coach with jumpstartyourmarketing.com and loveyourselfsuccessful.com, my book. And today I'm talking to you about revenue generating activities. Last week I shared a tip about networking and how to really maximize your networking or in-person events. This time I want to talk about you having your own events. So how many of you are out there and are thinking, I should have my own live event this year, right? Whether it's a half day, a 2 hour, a full day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day event, or a retreat or something like that. Live events are a great way to get new clients and have people experience you more. So if it's their first introduction to you, that could be a great way for them to know, like, and trust you. So they will sign up for something, at least get started working with you in one way or buy from you. But it's also a great way for those who've already been following you for a while to really get into you, what you do deeper, and for you to share deeper with them and more strategies on a bigger level so that you can actually sell them into a much higher priced program, product, or service. Okay. So events could be great, but I could tell you, you could waste a lot of money and a lot of time doing them wrong right out the gate, or not having enough prep time or time to plan and time to promote. Okay. A lot of times people spend, especially on their first event, they spend way too much time figuring out what they're going to talk about at the event rather than figuring out how to get more people to the event. So promotion of the event is probably the single most important thing. Once you've got some people registered, then you want to spend time actually on the content, what you're delivering. In the beginning, you just kind of want a big picture idea of what you're going to be covering and what they're going to get out of it. You do want to know the promise. What are you going to deliver? What are they going to walk away with when they attend your event? Like I said, whether it's a 2 hour introduction to your programs, products, or services, or it's a 1 day where you're sharing deep dive on one little thing possibly, or it's a 3 day where you're really sharing your whole signature system. What's the takeaway? Are you going to have a bunch of speakers? Are you going to be training? Is it going to be lots of experiential stuff? What do you want them to experience and walk away with? Because that's what matters most to them, is that you're going to either solve one of the problems that they have, or you're going to give them the solutions, or you're going to give them the answers, or you're going to show them what to do or how to do it, right? Or you're going to you're going to motivate them and encourage them and inspire them in some way, if that's what they're looking for. So that's what you want to focus on, is the transformation you provide with your event. Okay. Don't focus on the little details just yet. Go get some people registered first. Now there's a whole bunch of other things to know. And I teach this at my own live event, all of my events actually, because having your own events is a really important lead generation and, consistent revenue generating activity to do. So it's one of the main things that I teach. Now, there's a lot of other ways you could have an event. You could have a virtual event. You don't have to have an in-person event. You could have a 6-week teleseminar. You could have a 2-day summit on the phone. You could have other speakers come in, or you could just teach it yourself. You could do all kinds of different things, virtually, online, or in person. And I'd love to chat with you more about that and see what's possible for you. And make sure that you don't waste too much money on the first event, that you spend accordingly. There's certain things you do need to have, especially at live events, and certain things you maybe don't need to have. And I wasn't told that on my first event. I was told to go big on my first event, and I spent $100,000 on my first event, which was a huge mistake. Now, it went really well and it felt really good, but I didn't profit a lot from that event, as you can imagine. So I still sold quite a bit, but it was still almost break even. So it wasn't the best advice. I like to give you practical, realistic advice so that you know what you're going in for, and then shoot for some bigger goals maybe, but know that you can cover, your butt when you go in. So I like to give those kinds of tips. So if you'd like to talk to me about either holding your live event or coming to my live event, that's probably the first thing you should do, is sign up for my next event in February, which is called Love and Money Live. Love and Money Live. It's on February 19, 20, and 21st. And it's 3 days of really working on your business, but also your life, your surroundings, your mindset, everything that has to do with making more money. Trust me, the love side has to do with making more money. And so we're going to touch on that. We're going to touch on the revenue generating activities you need to do, how to fix your website, and then how to systematize things so you can have a better life and you can stop working so hard. So that's really the promise of what my event is all about. I'd love to see you there. There's early bird special right now and only 50 seats available. So you do want to check it out and sign up quickly if that's something that calls to you. You can go to livebigevents.com, livebigevents.com, and find out the details on that event, plus the dates for the rest of my events this year if you can't make February. But make sure you mark your calendar for one or two of the events so you can come and check it out. I give a lot of content and I'd love to help you really jumpstart your business and your life this year. So have a good day, everyone. We'll talk to you next week.